Let's start with the wrong ways. Testing this out. The wrong ways to to quit your job early, baby. Yo, you can quit your job so early. I'm gonna tell you how. Here you go. A decade ago, a freaking decade ago, my wife and I moved to San Diego. Almost no money, almost $0 to San Diego, living in a freaking box. This isn't some like typical bullshit entrepreneur story. We moved there. I say almost $0 because $6,000 to move to San Diego is just not a lot of money. Luckily, my wife had student loans for living expenses. We barely made it on loaned money because I was trying to sell life insurance. And I was selling some, but basically I wasn't selling enough with chargebacks, because they take your money back if somebody cancels. I wasn't earning enough to get by. I just was not. And I was like 99% all in. And that 1% kept me down. It just would not allow me to succeed. And we had no freaking money. It was just miserable. I can't imagine ever being that miserable again financially. I just hope that never happens. Anyway, I found out about online drop shipping on eBay, which I don't recommend. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's way played out, but people are probably still pulling it off. So if you want to try it, go for it. I started making $5 a day. No, it was $7 a day. I had one winner on eBay. I was selling a Christmas toilet decoration set for $25, and it cost me $15. After fees, I was making $6.25 per item, and I was selling 2 or 3 a day. Man, I feel like I was making less. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. I was paying taxes on that, so I was maybe making like $5 per item. That's what it was. And when I started making that sale, I quit my job when I was making $5 a day. It was probably more like $10 to $15 a day. But I mean, guys, San Diego, it's not like as outrageous as you might think. It maybe is now, but it wasn't then. We were paying $900 a month. I mean, it's not totally insane. But I quit my job making $10 a day, which is totally insane. Barely having enough money to get by on loaned money, not even our money. Going way in the hole. And that's not the right way to do it. I should have stayed at my thing longer. But I knew if I could make $10 a day, that I could make $100 a day, $500 a day, and I eventually did do that. But I had no prior success to base that on. So anyway, I don't recommend that. But that is what I did. And I'm jealous of you fools that make like decent money and stay at your jobs while flipping a lot of stuff. I'm like, wow, that is impressive. I think that's the smarter way to go. Totally stay at your job as long as you freaking can, because they're your best paying client. And until they are no longer your best paying client by a long shot, because you're taking a chance with no safety net as an entrepreneur, stay there if you can. If you're as miserable as I am working a job, I understand why you quit. I just don't think it's the right way. I don't recommend it. I shouldn't have done it. I had a kid on the way. Totally psycho moves. The next one is lower your expenses by moving in with family, which is where I currently am. For 2 years prior to that, we were living in a house. It was $1,800 a month, power, all that, blah blah blah, maybe $2,500 a month. It was fine, and I really liked it. We had an acre of land. I used to mow my lawn with a non-self-propelled mower. It was a 6-mile run mow. You can probably find videos on the internet of me doing that. It's fucking amazing. Nobody does that. Legend. I miss it. I'm on 3 acres now, and that would be 18 miles. A little harder to do, but I'm considering it. I don't know. I'm considering it. I just need to get a new mower. Anyway, we live on family land. We moved there a year and 3 months ago. It is my in-laws. We live in a fifth wheel. We have 0 expenses. I did not really want this. My wife really pushed for this because my mother-in-law was having hip surgery, and she wanted to be there for her, and then she wanted to buy land. And here we are a year and 3 months later. We bought land. It's adjacent to their property. But we are trapped because our clearing guys just have not been able to clear it because of the rain. It's literally rained for like the last 5 months straight. And so we are trapped. We had the money to build and get off of their land, but we are trapped. But that is one way to do it. They will not allow us to pay rent or basically for anything. I have asked in every way I know how to ask. The only way I can foresee paying them at any point is just taking care of them when they're older, maybe, and they can't take care of themselves. And that would be an honor and a privilege. I hope I get to do that. And so that's probably like the wrong ways to do it. But again, those are ways. If you go all in on yourself, you can pull it off. If you have family that's got it and they refuse to let you help because they like having you around and it's a good relationship, by all means do it. I didn't foresee doing this. It was not really, I like the setup of it. Of course, financially it's working, but I don't like even the potential of mooching on somebody else, because I owe nobody. I have no debt, and I haven't had debt since 2015, if anything, not cars, nothing. And so the right ways to do it is like this morning, guys. If you have a job, wake up early, go find you deals. Bam. I went to the gym this morning. I made a video for you guys. I got hit up from an ad, I think, or a repeat customer. I'd have to go back to the text messages, but I think it might be a repeat. It's a 13 Pro Max, 256 gig, AT&T, and he told me there was no problems with it. He got there, the screen's pretty scratched, so I had to grade it C, which wasn't as bad as I thought. So I paid $320 for a 256 gig, 13 Pro Max, AT&T. I'll probably swap the glass and, I don't know, make $120. I don't know how much you need to make to get out of your job, but let's say $120 would be about $4,000 a month, I think. About $4,000 a month, maybe $4,200 if you're making that every day, which is possible flipping phones. Most people could probably afford to quit their job, and if $4,000 isn't enough, you may live in a more expensive area. By all means, go for it. But $4,000 a month is gonna get most people out of their job, and that's one deal a day. So you're really like 2 deals a day from being a full-time phone flipper. Now that's easier said than done, but the ramp up is so low. To go from 0 to 2 is like, now we're viable phone flippers, which is why the business model is so badass. Anyway, I'm getting home in a second. Got to get the kids up to go to the parade and a crawfish boil. If you guys have never been a crawfish boil before, you are missing out. You have no freaking idea. Peace.